Have you ever met someone and felt like they were impossible to read? They smiled. They nodded. They said all the right words, but something still felt off. Most people think reading others is some kind of superpower. It isn't. Psychologists have studied human behavior for decades, and while no one can read minds, there are reliable patterns that reveal what people are feeling, thinking, and even trying to hide. And the trick is knowing where to look, and by the end of this video, you'll never watch a conversation the same way again. And the first mistake almost everyone makes is focusing only on words. Words are easy to control, behavior isn't. In fact, research consistently shows that communication is about much more than the literal words being spoken. Your brain is constantly picking up tiny signals without you even realizing it. A slight pause before answering, a forced smile, a sudden change in posture. None of these prove someone is lying or hiding something, but together they tell a story. The best observers don't jump to conclusions from one signal. They look for clusters. Imagine someone tells you they're excited about a new job, but their shoulders drop, their smile disappears almost immediately, and they avoid talking about the details. Maybe they really are excited. Or maybe they're trying to convince themselves one clue means very little, several clues pointing in the same direction are much more meaningful. This is exactly how experienced interviewers, negotiators, and psychologists observe people. They don't hunt for one magical sign, they watch for consistent patterns. Another important concept is called a baseline. Before you can notice unusual behavior, you need to know what someone's normal behavior looks like. Some people naturally avoid eye contact, others constantly move their hands. Some smile all the time. Others rarely smile at all. Without a baseline, it's easy to misread perfectly normal behavior. Instead of asking, does this person avoid eye contact, ask, are they behaving differently than they usually do? Changes are often more informative than habits. Now let's talk about one of the biggest myths on the internet. People often say crossing your arms means someone is defensive. Not necessarily. Maybe they're cold, maybe they're comfortable, maybe that's simply how they always stand. The same is true for looking away. Many people believe liars avoid eye contact, but research has found that there isn't one reliable body language signal that consistently identifies lying. In fact, some people actually make more eye contact when they lie because they're trying to appear believable. That's why professionals never rely on a single gesture. Context always matters. Instead of looking for lie detection, focus on emotional changes. Does someone's behavior suddenly shift when a specific topic comes up? Do they become quieter, faster, more tense? Those changes deserve attention. Another surprisingly powerful clue is timing. Natural conversations have a rhythm. People respond almost automatically. But when someone carefully edits what they're about to say, you may notice an unusual pause that doesn't automatically mean deception. They could simply be thinking carefully, but combined with other changes, hesitation can become an important piece of the puzzle. Now, pay attention to people's feet. Yes, their feet. Most people spend all their attention looking at faces. But feet often reveal comfort and interest because we rarely think about controlling them. Someone deeply engaged in a conversation often points their feet toward the person they're talking to. If their entire body faces you but their feet point toward the exit, they may already be mentally preparing to leave. Again, it's not proof of anything, it's simply another clue. Here's another habit of excellent observers. They spend more time listening than talking. Most people are so busy planning their next sentence that they miss what is happening right in front of them. When you genuinely listen, you notice changes in tone, changes in speed, changes in confidence. People often reveal far more through how they speak than through the exact words they choose. One useful question to ask yourself is this: what changed? Not, what does this gesture mean? But what changed? That simple question helps you avoid many common mistakes. Because human behavior is dynamic, the most meaningful moments usually happen when behavior suddenly shifts. There's another reason reading people is so difficult: our own biases. Great observers don't assume, they pay attention, and that's what makes all the difference.